Hello, this is Ron Brown. I'm going to do a series of short videos about some of the unique features of HGS Investor software. Now, these are things that I believe are not available in other software packages, and I could be wrong about this, but I'm so familiar with HGSI, and these are the tools that I use every day that I want to share some of these things with you and help you with some of the questions that you may have. Now, over the past several days, we have seen some sharp group rotation out of techs and into banking stocks, retail stocks, and so on. So keeping on top of rotation is a problem with most software packages. And let me show you how I do this in HGSI. By the way, I'm recording this on December 5th, 2017. We're getting an oversold bounce today back into the large tech stocks. And this is one of the ways that I stay on top of this. First of all, I'm going to go into my designer. I want you to know that I am running ThinkorSwim in the background, which enables or gives us the ability for real-time quotes in HGSI. You have to have ThinkorSwim to do this. You can also use Google and AlphaVantage, but they're not nearly as efficient or as fast as using ThinkorSwim. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here to the Woodward and Brown user groups. These are groups that I've maintained for 15 years probably. And it gives us the ability to see what's happening within the market and within group rotation. Now I'm going to go to my number 2 folder under the Woodward and Brown user groups. It's major market ETFs. I'm going to click through to the warehouse view, and then I have to go find the view that I want to use. Now I'm using the Ron Brown intraday folder. I have end of day and intraday, and I'm going to folder number 01, the top down process views, and I will select scorecard ETFs intraday. Now what this does is it brings up every ETF that is in this folder, and there are 32 of them, as you can see. And as we look at this with the combo ranking, which is the intraday percentage price change one day, it shows me that the semiconductor stocks are moving up the most today, up 1.22% as I do this, followed by the QQQ up 1.05%, and the tech sector, the SPDR S&P 500 tech sector up 1%. What's down at the other end are the VIX, natural gas, which has been falling, silver, housing, home construction is down here. I believe this was lower a short while ago, but it's down in the red, and you can see it's about a 50-50 split. So it's obvious that the rotation today, or the strength today, is in the tech stocks, which would be the top 3 groups here. Now as I look over here, I can see where these ETFs, or how they performed over the last 1 and 5 days. This is yesterday, and this is over the past 5 days, and you can see that they have been down sharply, down 6.6% for the Market Vectors Semiconductor ETF. The Qs have been down 2.2% over that time period, and the tech sector down 3.1% over the 5-day period. So this is a pretty good bounce today. Now if you look over here at the right, you can see the VPA best fit trends, I should say. Long term on the Market Vectors ETF is up, but the medium and the short term are down, and there was a VPA flag 4 days ago. 0 is always a crossover day, and that was an effort to fall. You can see that this just updated, it flashed. So here was the effort to fall on this long candle on extremely heavy volume, and then it tried to bounce, and it just kept going down as the rotation was into as I said, financials and retail. So we're getting a test for supply so far today. Volume has a long way to go to be convincing compared to this negative volume over the past several days. Now I want to take a look down here. Let's look at the consumer discretionary spider. It's up 0.11 today, but you can see that it has performed well. Yesterday it was up 1.2% and 3.2% over the 5-day period. So this is where the strength has been, and we're still continuing to get a little bit of strength in here today. The rotation is, well, let's just take a look at the chart. It's easier to look at the chart. You can see that it's holding up, and it actually looks like it may want to go higher. Here's a gap. Here's a test for supply today. So the strength is coming in here. Now I'm using my fan chart. This is the 18, the 50, the 100, and the 200-day exponential moving averages, and when they're lined up in the correct position, or stacked in the correct position, I should say, this indicates long-term strength. Let's go up here and take a look at the market vectors. You can see that these are all lined up properly. The 18 has been coming down towards the 50, but the trend, the long-term trend, is still up for this group, and it has been since clear back, in this area here it looks like, or even before that. So we have a pullback, but the long-term trend is not yet broken. So we'll see if this bounce continues throughout the day today, or if it fails by the end of the day and we go into more of a correction mode with the ETFs and the Qs and the tech sector. So the ETFs are one way that you can track this, especially if you have ThinkorSwim, because like I said, these are real-time quotes. If I want to refresh these, I just hit F5 and it gives me the latest update. Now I'll be back with some other videos. I want to keep these relatively short, so they're easy to comprehend. Thank you for listening, and like I said, I'll be back with more videos.